What?
We couldn't hear you.
Oh, I said I was going to game chat.
Oh, you were in gameplay.
Oh,
You
I was setting the broadcast up.
stream screen.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright, I was in the stream screen.
God
Alrighty,
damn it.
boys.
Tristan,
What? I said
who
I was in the
attacks?
stream screen.
Who attacks first?
Whoever.
Blue's the one that's attacking, right?
Yes, as usual.
That's what I mean. Who's attacking?
Let me start
Okay,
my
cool.
stream really quick. Don't do anything. I'm not ready.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna start mine. But also, Tristan, stop
What?
simping. You gotta be an announcer. Come on.
Oh, I'm gonna be an announcer, trust me. You guys are gonna love my announcing skills, alright? I have the Gold Peak sponsored
Just
tea
don't
of the
simp.
fucking of the codcasters, alright? We have got an amazing setup here today of unbelievable proportions, alright? Alright, we're good. Alright, boys, we have got an amazing matchup here today. Storm Refract versus Storm Split in their first 1v1 against each other of the season, on the first time ever not on Coastline, since we have started the banning of the maps. Waiting for both players to ready up. We're about to see what happens.
Okay, I have started streaming.
Alrighty, Connor, are you ready? Take it as a no because he's not back yet.
Big ol' now energy.
Alright, I'm now.
Alright, we're waiting for the ready check mark for both of the players as we about to start up the stream. Alrighty, boys, here we go. Good luck.
Good luck, Shane.
Alrighty, boys, it is now the beginning of a wonderful matchup here. Storm Split versus Storm Refract in their first 1v1 of the 1v1 season. Starting off the ban phase on Bank, the first time we played any other map other than Coastline in any of these sponsored 1v1s. Let's see which one Split is gonna ban first against Refract here. With Refract ban, with the Nomad, one of Refract's highest played players or characters in this map, or in this matchup. Refract can also, if he really does decide to use the AX or the ARX, he could definitely go for an Iana. Let's see what, and he bans the Ace. One of Split's, sorry, excuse me. One of Split's more played ops definitely cannot be played in tomorrow's tournament. So I think he's trying to eliminate that altogether. We're just going to see what happens here as Refract bans the defending operator, which is probably going to be a Jaeger ban. As it is a Jaeger ban off of Refract for Split. Split probably is, it's hard to ban operators against Refract. Probably going to be a Legion ban. It could be Legion, it could be Smoke. It's pretty much the only operators that Refract does play on defense. So let's see which one Split decides to go with here. And it's gonna be a Pulse ban. Alrighty, Pulse up against Refract. Refract's probably gonna result to using the Castle. It's gonna either be Castle, Smoke, or Castle, Smoke. That's pretty much about it as far as what Refract goes for. So we're on the 6th pick. Let's see what they try to fool each other with. And Split decides to go Locker CCTV, the downstairs objective for Bank, which I feel like is kind of hard in a 1v1 to hold, with there being 2 separate rooms divided up by a hallway. It looks like it's going to be a Finka from Refract and a Vigil from Split in the 6th pick. Both of those are probably going to get 6 picked out. We're about to see what's about to happen here. Finka is going to be changed to, we don't actually know yet. Oh, it's going to be Vigil changing off first, and then Finka. Vigil's gonna be changing from a, oh, it's gonna be a Zofia off of Refract. Interesting pick here, as Split will change to Doc. Also a very interesting pick. Alrighty, so if we do decide to look at how, I'm sorry, I have to figure out how this whole thing works here. Alright, there we go. Changing the floor levels here. We do have the Zofia drone going through main lobby. I think he thinks he's gonna go upstairs, but as we know, he's not going upstairs at all. We have the interesting setup here from
10 seconds
Doc.
to insertion.
He is going to be barricading off all of the entrances in from
5
CCTV
seconds to insertion.
or into CCTV from server. Let's see where he's gonna be sitting at.
Attackers are
Trying to
moving out to
find Doc
locate a
here.
bomb and defuse it.
Doc is gonna be sitting in garage, thinking
bomb has been
Refract's gonna push
located.
off a garage. But it looks like Refract is gonna have his drone, knowing exactly where Doc's gonna be. Doc looks like to be moving and rotating around into A site or B site, leaving A site completely open. He could just walk into A site at this point as he's barricading off. Let's see exactly where the Zofia is coming from. Zofia drone coming into garage. Might be a push here from Refract into CC or into garage. But as we do know, Doc is not in there anymore. He's now in A site now, making sure he's not going to come in through CCTV. Waiting for Refract to move a little bit. He's going to be going down towards garage into the Bay area. Interesting move here for Refract. Oh, no, as he goes upstairs instead of going down through garage. Doc obviously not being able to hear the barricade being broken. As Doc decides it's going to be a good idea.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Zofia coming in through vault all of a sudden. Now she's in B site. Doc completely unaware. Planting. Doc still has no idea what is going on. As Zofia's going to be finishing up the plant here,
Attackers
it's going to be an
activating diffuser.
interesting setup for Refract. As Doc now knows where he is, not knowing exactly where Zofia is, but he at least knows where it's been planted. Doc is basically pushing out a concussion grenade. Doc trying to pre-fire to make sure that she can't just pre-fire him back. Doc moving out into Red Hall. Zofia thinking that he is in hallway. She's going back into vault. Doc trying to pre-fire through the wall. Missing Refract. Doc is still overstimmed. Zofia's out of sight. Doc can go for a defuse. Zofia's come back around Red Hall. It's going to be a defuse here by Doc. Oh, as he does not decide to defuse. The last 6 seconds left. He could have had the defuse off. What is going on here with Doc? Doc and Zofia in the fight, and it's going to be a win
Attacker mission successful.
for Refract off of the first round. Now, what could have gone a lot better in this round? Yes, Refract obviously making the great push. Doc could have been able to be more game aware of what Zofia was doing. But what he decided not to do was go for the defuse when Zofia was completely away from objective. Now, did he know that? Probably not. At the same time, he at least could have baited it or gone for it altogether and probably would have gotten it off considering she went around through Red Hall. She wouldn't have even had the time to get to him. And/or would have known that he was defusing at the time. So there was definitely a lot that definitely could have gone better in that round on Split's side of the things. But Refract did perfectly fine in that round. I feel like the rotator round towards Red Hall was a little bit lengthy and a little bit risky in that fact that if Split was to defuse, that would have definitely screwed him over. But Split going for the 6 pick off of the Capitao into the Maverick position, and Castle's being stuck here with Refract. It looks like. As he does decide to actually go off the castle for the 6 pick, let's see who he goes for next. Probably going to be a Smoke or even a Legion. There it is right there. Alrighty. So, as we have... Oh, it's going to actually be a Vigil. Vigil from Refract is definitely something different. I feel like he's trying to throw off Split. I feel like he's getting a little cocky after that last round.
Attackers need to locate and defuse
Using a
as many
player he
bombs
doesn't
as
usually
they can.
use. So that was definitely an interesting way to go for things. As he also does decide to go CCTV in this. Let's see Vigil's setup here. Vigil making rotation holes through the sites into Red Hall. Definitely a smart option, different from Connor. Trying to reinforce the Red Vault so that he can't just go in, just like Refracted last
10 seconds
round. Making it a little bit harder for him to push. It looks like he's going to have to push it through the garage to get lucky.
5 seconds left.
Or he's going to have to
before
push through a server. Definitely an interesting take here.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
The drone being wide out in the open, Vigil not seeing it. Oh, there it is. Never mind. He did see it. So with Refract here trying to decide what to do, it's definitely going to be an interesting
located.
fight, I feel like, between these two. Drone coming in now from what looks like tunnel. Yep, it's going to be tunnel. So, as suspected, Refracted knows that Maverick's gonna be pushing up through here, trying to figure out when. Obviously, Refract may or may not know his positioning, due to the fact that he has that it is Vigil, so he only gets the lines. But we'll have to figure out what the hell goes on here. As Maverick starts to push, we're gonna see what happens here. Vigil holding an angle through the door, moving off the angle through the door, looking behind him now. Maverick could push in, not knowing. Hearing the shots from Vigil, he knows his general direction. Vigil still not knowing if Maverick's fully pushing that or not. Vigil going into Red Hall. Maverick not looking at it. It could be a win here for It's a win here for Split. Vigil not even knowing that Maverick's pushing into sight. Now, things that obviously went wrong here. Vigil moved way too much. Yes, he's a roamer, but the way that Refract plays usually is he's usually sitting still as a defender, but all he did here was move. Shooting, giving away his position, and giving, with that easy rotate, giving Vigil Maverick that very easy kill on the Vigil as he walks into sight. Alright, we have Refract going as a Maru and Split going as Mozzie. We're gonna see how this is gonna be different here. Alright, Refract going for the Iana, as I've talked about earlier. He's trying to use the ARX. Great use of the ARX for Iana with the vertical grip, but her gadget, though, not as useful, giving away her position usually. If you have good enough headphones, I guess, to be able to hear when she puts her clone down, or even seeing where her drone comes from. Her clone, I mean. And Split going to Vigil now, off of the Mozzie. Interesting pick here for Split, as we're going to see both of their setups here.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Looks like a Split decides to go upstairs. And again, interesting choice here. Personally, I would never have picked Bank as a 1v1 map. I feel like it's kind of hard to 1v1 on Bank with how the sites are positioned. Especially one like this where he's going to have to hold, probably have to hold Closet, which holds multiple angles for him to get shot from, and from different directions for Iana coming, as far as windows and destructible walls go. With Iana only having grenades, though, it looks like she's going to have to either go through windows or doorways, which gives Vigil a bit more comfort in the fact that he can hold different stuff better. But with the way that Split is, he definitely moves around a lot as a defender, which in a way can harm the way that Refract has to push this, but also can harm the way that Vigil's trying to defend this. Vigil having a really hard time trying to kill Iana's drone here, as she jumps over the edge and goes off her drone. Let's look into the eyes of Iana here. If she tries to go back on her drone again, it looks like it's gonna be an interesting one here for these guys. Drone coming off of main. He's setting up a drone in main so that he now can see outside of Banana. Again, very interesting hold. Iana coming in through main doors, maybe it looks like. Nope, she's gonna be grappling on the windows to see if she can try picking him from the window. Vigil moving around in sight, not really in an area where Iana could be able to see him. I feel like he's gonna suspect her to go up through the windows towards the beginning of the round. As she's gonna go back on her drone, he's gonna be sitting underneath the desk. Again, interesting sight position for Vigil. As Vigil gets back up and moves, Iana gets off the window, back on her drone again for a second one to try to drone on main. Make sure that he's not going into main. Vigil now sitting behind the couch inside of B site. Drone up in Banana corridor. Gets shot out by Vigil, it looks like, so I guess it wasn't Banana, but interesting push here, maybe, by Refract. Going up spot. Oh, nope. He's going to be sitting over in, whatever the hell that's called. Watching her drone, trying to see if he gets to spot the Vigil. Vigil hears her coming, shoots her. So now, coming off of lobby, he's been going up spiral stairs. Interesting push here again by Refract, but now that kind of gives Vigil a place of where he could be, which is why he's peeking through the windows in hallway. As she goes into meeting, Vigil has a perfect angle. If he decided not to move off of that, we've had a perfect angle on Iana. Vigil thinking that he's gonna go through the rotate hole, maybe? Nope. Now, oh, he seems to have heard her. Iana not knowing where Vigil is at the moment. Vigil knowing exactly where she is. Oh, Vigil now has spotted, or has now been spotted by Iana. Vigil now stuck in sight, nowhere really to go. Iana's also stuck in meeting, not really having a place to go. Vigil rotating out of sight, gonna be going through closet. Might be able to, oh, Iana hears him, hears the rotate, maybe, gets the impact. Vigil could pre-fire the wall, doesn't do it anyway. Vigil back inside sight now, back up against the windows. Iana's gonna have the jump. It's gonna be Iana with the kill, not Vigil with having the perfect angle on the Iana. Interesting push here. If Vigil didn't potato at the beginning of that, would have been a perfectly good round. Again, things that went wrong here. Vigil definitely moved around a lot. He came back to sight when he really shouldn't have. I feel like he should have tried to at least distract her with a little bit of pre-fire through the wall, knowing that she's a meeting. After he does that, he could have gone back into sight, held a tighter angle on the door. And then obviously potatoing the shots as she walked in. Had a perfect sight on her. She was crouched, not even looking at him. I don't know, it's going to be an interesting push here. It's going to be a Warden and Glass for the 6th pick. Refract definitely could keep the Warden. Definitely a possibility. I do not think Split's going to be keeping the Glass, though. For sure. Yep, they actually both decided 6th pick. It's going to be a Warden for a Valkyrie. Interesting on Refract's choice. And then giving him the intel, but it's an op that we don't ever see him play. And then we have Split going from Glass to Sledge. Not a popular choice from both of them. Usually not one of their most played ops, but we'll have to see how this one goes. Valkyrie's nice, gets the intel. Sledge is nice, though he does get things open for him with the Sledge ability, obviously. But again, these are both ops that they really don't ever really play. So we're going to see how this goes. Looks like it's going to be upstairs for Refract after defeating Split in this match.
Attackers have located a bomb.
As the drone gets into sight, Valkyrie's out of sight. Comes back into sight, though, to try to find the drone. Instantly gets rid of the drone, leaving Split with 0 surveillance to start off the round, other than knowing where she was in sight. As Valk's putting up cams, very, very decent intel cams, if I might say. Let's see where Valkyrie decides to sit as we look at where Split decides to push from. Looks like it's gonna be from Alley coming onto the balcony. This is gonna be interesting. If he could find, he gets onto the roof instead. He didn't even try to go for the room in stocks where the Valkyrie is. Valkyrie sitting off site. Interesting play here by Refract, but he does have plenty of intel in and around site. So he definitely will know at all times pretty much where the Sledge is coming from. Sledge on roof, looks like he might be going to the windows possibly. As Sledge is laying down on the roof, trying to peek through Skylight, going over towards the wall, maybe be pushing Skylight onto main, but also looks like he's just been pushing main door in general, trying to get an angle on windows, making sure Valkyrie's not peeking any of them. Looks like he's going to be grappling down towards main. Again, interesting push here from Sledge. Very much could have well killed Valkyrie if he had thrown down stocks, known exactly where her position is, could have shot her through the window. As Valkyrie knows kind of where Sledge is going to be pushing from, she starts to move out of stocks, goes towards main. And now she's in meeting, back into sight. Sledge still on the windows, trying to figure out everything. Tries to grenade, very long grenade here, trying to bait maybe the Valkyrie. As Sledge decides to sledge the door, Valkyrie not hearing it. Valkyrie back on the cams, gonna find out exactly where the Sledge is. Maybe not. Valkyrie still peeking that window. Sledge getting a drone in, seeing the Valkyrie maybe? Knowing exactly now where the Valkyrie is. Valkyrie back on cams. Sledge can get back out. She's back off cams. Valkyrie moving off of the site. Sledge now getting into a fight. Sledge is going to be going down towards Banana. If she peeks Banana window, she will see him perfectly. Sledge getting an angle, missing, potatoing a little bit. It's going to be a... it's Valkyrie back into meeting. Back into sight. Sledge into the hallway, not knowing Valkyrie's back in sight. gets hit with a headshot. A very interesting pick here. Again, things went wrong. Split, potatoing a little bit, getting the perfect bounce on the Valkyrie. But Valkyrie bouncing back, knowing how to bait the sledge, baiting back, her backing into meeting, pushing back into sight behind the bomb, so Sledge couldn't immediately see her. Sledge trying to throw the grenade, probably the wrong choice, because if he didn't throw the grenade, he probably would have been able to shoot Valkyrie, maybe, if he had his aim correct. As we go into the match point round here for Refract, we see a Monty on the 6th pick with a Melusi from Split. As the Monty gets 6 picked along with the Melusi for a Mute. Let's see what Monty 6 picks off of. Refract going for the Zofia again, going for match point here. As we go back upstairs to Executive CEO.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Split, knowing this is match point for Refract, might have to just try to play this safe. He needs
Attackers
to
have
not miss
located
his
a bomb.
shots. He needs to be very, very careful with the way that he's shooting, the way he's positioning himself, the way he's moving around.
10 seconds to
And
insert.
he's definitely trying to make it so that he's going to hear Zofia when she comes in.
5
Putting down
seconds
mute
left before
jammers, though,
insertion.
on doorways, different ones to stop droning capabilities.
Attacker's objective is to
Probably a
defuse
smart
bomb.
choice here by Mute. He'll be laying underneath the office meeting table here, desk. Refract, let's see where he's pushing from. Good respawning jewelry maybe, getting on the roof already. On Skylight. Gonna put out a drone here. You'll be looking for Mute, seeing Mute backing off with the drone, trying to bait Mute maybe with this drone. Knows exactly where he is at the moment. He's gonna get an angle on Mute. It's gonna be an angle if he can get over enough. Mute moving over. He's stuck behind the pillars at the moment. It's just a game between angles at the moment. Mute backing off. Still stuck in the hallway with the Zofia. Zofia can just quick peek him. It's gonna be game. Zofia with the headshot. Oh, it's gonna be a missed headshot. C4 throw by Mute. Missing just by a little bit. Mute has taken some damage. He's just a little above half health, giving Zofia an advantage. Zofia trying to bait him with the window. And we're gonna go back here. It's gonna be Mute rotating back towards site. It looks like, giving Refract time to make up his decision on what he's gonna do. Mute backing into sight, giving him an option also to reflect on what just happened, giving him time to reflect on his next move, while Zofia drones out the objective. As the drone's going around, not seeing Mute yet, still has a minute 49 on the clock for Zofia here. Gives him decent enough time to push. Again, with Mute low, this definitely gives Zofia an opportunity to prevail. Now, if Zofia can find him without Mute knowing, he could definitely get shot through the wall. That is definitely a possibility.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Zofia seeing the Mute, backing off towards the balcony. Again, giving him plenty of time to move. He's going to be pushing into stocks. Mute not going to be able to hear Zofia getting in, considering she already broke the window. That's Mute finding the drone. Zofia breaking up a hole in a meeting. Mute trying to rotate around into the B-bomb site laying behind the couch. Zofia out of concussions, thinking he's still in A. Pre-firing. Obviously not hitting him. Still trying to pre-fire, thinking that he's behind where he was before. As Mute is sitting in B site laying behind the couch. Zofia not really knowing what to do with the last 49 seconds of the round. Zofia having to push a little bit. This is definitely one of the slower rounds between these two that we've seen the entire match. Zofia pushing into meeting maybe, going around the door. Looks like she can try to push through Banana. Sees that the doorway is barricaded. She's going to push around Banana windows. Sophia in banana, not looking through the windows, thinking he's still in A site. He thinks he's still in A.
15 seconds
Mute knows
remaining.
exactly where the Sophia's be coming from. Mute, or
10 seconds
Sophia
left.
not knowing that he's in B site. Sophia in. It's gonna be Mute versus Sophia in a gunfight. Yeah, up close. It's gonna be a Sophia for the win, as Sophia was tagged pretty low. Sophia already had the jump on Mute with the amount of damage done. Sophia got lucky here a little bit in a perspective, in a way. But because of the slight potato by Mute, it ended up being a win for Sophia. There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. It is a Storm Refract victory.
You should have won that
4-1.
last round split. You only lost because you did the MP5K.